So let's explore how full spectrum oil can be a valuable tool for both you and your family. All right, so let's go through a bit of an overview of what we're going to cover tonight. So we'll understand full spectrum oil's impact on stress and sleep. Then we'll learn about the potential benefits for children. And then we'll go through and hear some real life testimonials. So, what is full spectrum oil? Well, it's a natural extract. We derive it from hemp. It contains all the compounds found in the hemp plant, including cannabinoids like CBD, terpenes, flavonoids. These together, right, all combined, hence the term full spectrum, are known for its therapeutic benefit without causing a high. I also want to make sure we're on the same page about any misconceptions here. You can be sure that full spectrum hemp will not get you high, and you can be certain that you will not fail a drug test. We actually don't use marijuana, okay? So we know that this will not happen for certain, all right? So let's talk about the distinguishing differences here between the two plants, because cannabis is often referred to when people are talking about marijuana. However, cannabis is the family name to both hemp and marijuana. They are distinctively two separate plants, just as citrus is the family name to lemons and oranges, but two completely separate plants. Okay, so our full spectrum oil is derived from hemp. There is no psychoactive potential at all. All right. So you can also be sure that you will not feel impaired, as well as not failing a drug test. Okay, so how does full spectrum oil help with stress? Well, it supports the endocannabinoid system. Now, this system of the body, and I will show you a picture of it so you can visualize it, but it is unique to all mammals, anything with a vertebrae. It supports mood regulation by working with the endocannabinoid receptors in the brain. All right, so benefits for mums, lowers cortisol, right? So it helps us to adapt to stresses better, right? Helps reduce feelings of anxiousness, supports relaxation and calmness and a balanced mood. So anything hormonally triggering, right? Yeah. So all women everywhere. All right, how full spectrum oil works interacts with the ECS. So let's take a look at a picture of that. So we can see here that the endocannabinoid system is a series of receptors. And we can see that these little dots are everywhere, located all throughout the body. But there are two kinds. The lighter kind, which is your CB1 receptor, directly related to regulating the nervous system. Okay, and then the darker pink receptor, which is its job is to regulate your immune system. Okay, so whenever the body is under any stress at all, or if you are experiencing any kind of symptom at all, it is either affecting your immune system, your nervous system, or your digestive system. Okay, it could be affecting more systems than that for sure, but these are namely the three largest ones that the body puts a solid effort in trying to regulate. So it's really important that the endocannabinoid system is functioning well. Now, the full spectrum oil supports this system of the body to do its job optimally. Okay, so let's look a little deeper. Studies show that full spectrum oil can lower cortisol levels, so it can actually directly influence your stress hormones in the body. Okay, promotes relaxation but without sedation. So this is really key because we don't want to be drowsy and docile, right? We still want to be alert, functioning, and on point, but we want to be able to do it without feeling like our heart is in our throat. Okay, we also want to be able to move fast, or move in an alert way, but we want to be able to do it calmly, allowing us to, when we are ready to sleep, fall asleep rather than falling asleep in exhaustion, only to find ourselves awake a few hours into the night. Okay, so this is really key. Okay, so let's look at what some people are saying. Nikki is saying that it helps her to stop her overthinking. She can get to sleep and stay asleep longer. The team at Cure are amazing. Thank you, Nikki. I feel like they really care and follow up with phone calls to check how things are going. Yes, we do. So we call at 2 to 3 weeks after your purchase to make sure that the oil is working well for you and that you have found a good maintenance dose. Katrina says, since taking this oil, my general mood has improved. My anxiety is less and my ability to cope with high stress has increased. Generally, I'm looking healthier too. Marion is saying, I bought it to help with my anxiety that had developed, especially starting Sunday before going to work on Monday. And then each day as I thought about my job. Within a day, I was realizing that I was calmer, not as anxious. I also hoped it would help with my back pain. After 2 weeks, I was able to roll over in my sleep without waking up due to the back pain. So, yes, because it helps support the nervous system, it also gives pain relief. Okay, so I particularly put this one in here just in case pain or inflammation is something that is contributing to your sleep. Okay, how full spectrum oil supports better sleep. Let's transition into this. It calms the nervous system. It supports natural sleep cycles, but it doesn't give you the morning grogginess, okay, like sleeping tablets do or like melatonin does. And so the benefits are is that you fall asleep quicker. When you are asleep, you are in a more restorative or deeper sleep. What is the point in taking a sleeping pill so you get to sleep, only to wake up in the morning feeling lousy, groggy? I mean, yes, there is a point because you need to sleep, but you want to feel the benefits of that sleep right away, right? You want to wake up in the morning and actually feel like energy, right? Feel like your mood is uplifted from the benefits of that sleep. Let's go into how it works. So we can see that, this is where I want to show you the relationship between your body managing stress as well and how that relates to your sleep. Because if you have a problem with sleep, whether it's because you wake up in the night or you have trouble falling asleep, the problem is actually to do with you not being able to adapt to stresses very well. Okay. Now, that is not to say that you are a stressed out person. You could be completely fine emotionally, but your body isn't adapting to stress as well. And so it's keeping you in a fight or flight state. Okay. So this red line here indicates your stress hormone levels. And this blue line here indicates your sleep hormone levels. Now, your stress hormone, namely cortisol and melatonin, let me just take a drink here. They oppose each other. So that means that when you make more of one, you're making less of the other. So cortisol makes its incline. As we come to the morning, it makes its peak. That is because it needs to wake you from your slumber. And then throughout the day, we get a decline of stress hormone, a small rise, but overall the trend is downwards, so that by the time 10 o'clock ish comes, you've then got this peak here of melatonin. Okay, see how we're peaking up at about 40? So if cortisol is able to get low enough, it means that melatonin is able to get high enough, therefore you fall asleep easily and you stay asleep. Now, this is how it looks if that is not functioning properly. Cortisol tries to make its incline. It does peak, but it's not as high as here, up at 25, right? So we're sitting here just at 20. It's not such a big deal, but we're coming down low and then we go up high again. Okay, and then we come down low, but we have not come down low enough. Therefore, melatonin cannot peak high enough. Okay, this is the dysregulation. This is the dysregulation of a sleep and wake cycle. So here we're only peaking up at 22 versus here in a healthy sleep cycle, you're peaking up at 40. Now you might think, I'm just going to take melatonin and that'll sort it. It'll get this up, but it will not push your stress hormones down. And so the effect will only be temporary. Okay, now let's go to the science behind it. So the key points here really are that full spectrum oil influences your sleep wake cycle tremendously. It actually brings it back into regulation, out of dysregulation. It does not sedate, it addresses root cause. Now, this is key because some people do use marijuana based oil, use THC to sleep because it sedates. And some people use medication, sleeping tablets, because it sedates. Neither of the two, even though THC or marijuana is natural, neither of the two are addressing root cause. Okay, the root cause is the dysregulation of the nervous system. Okay, so while it might give you that temporary sleep that is necessary, You will wake up feeling groggy. It affects how well you feel in the morning for sure, and therefore your mood. Sleeping great, but not addressing root cause. Whereas full spectrum oil will do both. It helps to calm an overactive mind, and then supports a deep, uninterrupted, and restorative sleep. So let's have a look at what others are saying. So Wendy says, I was without the full spectrum oil for 3 to 4 days and I did notice it. Broken sleeps, arthritis pain returned. So pleased it arrived when it did. Has taken the best part of a week to get back to how I was before I ran out. Reminded to self, reorder earlier. All right. Jenny Hendricks. This is the first review I have ever left a company, so that should tell you something straight away. Cheers, Jenny. My hubby and I bought the full spectrum bottle and have been taking it 3 times a day. We were both extremely skeptical that it would actually work. We primarily bought it to help with broken sleep, shift work, and stress anxiety. As we are both in management roles, let me tell you, we haven't slept so good in years. We are having the deepest sleeps imaginable, and during the day, we are so much less stressed. I even found that it has helped me with my noise sensitivity in busy places. Thank you so much. This has literally changed our quality of life overnight. Natasha, I started using this to try and help with sleep and anxiety. Almost immediately, it has helped with both. I'm finding it fantastic and will continue to use, and I will be recommending to others also. Awesome, Natasha. Okay, so let's look at how we can support our kids because they go through stresses often, right? It's different when we were kids. It's different for them than what it was for us. But you see, the thing is that kids, we sometimes don't want to use the term that our kids might have anxiety because we don't like the labeling. Okay, and that's totally fair. But the thing that I want to pull out of this is that anxiety is something that everybody feels. It's a completely normal human emotion to have, and it serves us to have anxiousness for sure. It serves us, keeps us out of danger. However, one of the things that I want you to just consider is that when children are very little, okay, so in infancy to toddler years, we're familiar with developmental leaps. It is not unusual to have a very shy child not want to go to a stranger. It is not unusual to, as a mum, not be able to go to the toilet without a little Klingon hanging off your ankles. It's also completely normal to not be able to shower on your own without same toddler hanging off of your every step. So this is completely a normal and expected time. It's not uncommon for kids, for toddlers or infants who are quite social to then go through periods of having anxiousness and not wanting to go to anyone and having a real clingy time. Okay, so these developmental leaps we accept and call them developmental leaps rather than anxiety because we know what's happening. But kids, young people, adolescents don't stop developmentally leaping. Okay, so let's look a little further into this and see how the oil supports these transitions because from the ages of 2 to 7, there's a lot going on, right? There's self-regulation, learning how to learn. Sometimes adults still don't know how to self-regulate. I'm sure we all go through periods of time of not being able to self-regulate. There's a lot going on with language and having to take in a lot of new words and skills. Middle childhood, so between the ages of 7 to 12, there's a lot of complex thinking, emotional intelligence comes into play, problem solving here. Maybe something as simple as, girls tend to be friends with girls and boys tend to be friends with boys. This was not a problem pre-7, but now it's something that we're aware of and have to process. So all these little things can just trigger off a bit of anxiety. Adolescence then brings shifts related to identity, abstract thinking, and emotional maturity. And then after adolescence, we become adults. And guess what? We still have periods of feeling anxiousness. So just life, right? Just life. So the benefits for children here for full spectrum oil. Now, I just want to say, as long as your infant is eating solid food, right, then we can introduce the full spectrum oil. Key benefits here is helps calm anxiety and nervous energy, supports emotional regulation, and assists children in handling change with more ease. Okay, so game changer for my 3-year-old. Yeah, have you ever seen a dog have the zoomies? Yeah, that's my 3-year-old. It's like this burst of testosterone, and he's so loud, very vocal, and the developmental leap is very obvious. And so, with 3 drops in the morning and 3 drops at night, this kid is just able to stay grounded, and able to handle it better. And so are we. Yay. All right, why full spectrum oil is the best solution? Well, because we believe that the full spectrum is the way that nature intends it, right? So we use the complete range of cannabinoids, terpenes, and nutrients as the plant, as it occurs in the plant naturally. And these all work synergistically for absorption. Hemp seed oil, different, okay? Pressed from the seed, does not contain cannabinoids because the seed is washed from any trace of them. Beneficial for heart, brain, skin, and joints. So if it comes in a huge bottle or in the little tablets, that is just the seed oil, okay? So it does not contain cannabinoids. CBD isolate, to its name, isolated cannabinoids, okay? So extracted from the flower, not the seed. So unlike hemp seed oil, which is pressed from the seed, CBD isolates are extracted from the flower, and they're looking for single parts of the plant. So no terpenes, no flavonoids, just one CBD compound, okay? Or isolating the THC compound, all right? And the problem with this, it's still a very effective oil, but cost and dependency becomes an issue because prescription CBD oils are hefty, and dependency is always something to consider with THC. Okay, full spectrum oil uses all the compounds, okay, so the seed and the flower, and we use them at naturally occurring levels. So we believe that hemp is the right vehicle because it supports the body to do what it already is trying to do, okay, what it already knows how to do. So by supplementing with full spectrum oil, you are providing support to the endocannabinoid system, and the endocannabinoid system knows how to do its job. And so then it goes to work to relieve stress, help you adapt to different stresses, and improve sleep quality and calming effects without the side effects of medications. So the offer that I want to make to you tonight is to try the Get Cured bundle. All right, so we've got 3 in this bundle. We've got the full spectrum oil. We've also got the hemp seed oil and maca capsules, and we put these in here for women, right? We highly recommend them for men too, but hormones contribute a lot to how we feel. And so the hemp seed oil and maca gives direct hormonal support. And then we've got the hemp relief balm, and the balm is the topical application. So it works just like it is the topical version of your full spectrum oil. So this is a full spectrum balm. All right, so there are some bonuses that we put in here. So we will include a 15-minute herbalist consultation to the value of $50, and a rapid results hemp guide to the value of $50, and then also a lifetime MyCure membership to the value of $149 plus a welcome pack to the value of $59. The total here is $487, but you will only invest $155.65 for all of that goodness. All right, so this stock is limited, okay, at this price with these bonuses. This is a limited time offer, so please take advantage of it while you can. If you are still not sure, and that is totally fair enough, I'm sure that you have tried a lot to try and get you to sleep. What can I say? You got to sleep, so I guess you just got to keep trying until you sleep. But we want to come to the party and make sure that you don't have any risks. So we do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. There's really no small print. If you don't like it, if it's not for you, if it's not working for you, that's okay. You'll email us and we'll send to you a return shipping label and bag. Okay, so you will just pop the bottles back into the container, even if it's empty. And once we receive that, then we will send you your refund. So guys, we really do want to make it risk-free for you. We've been going at this 5 years now, and we have helped a lot of people. Okay, this is the good news about hemp. So thanks for your time tonight and for coming on. And if you know anyone who this may benefit, please go ahead and share. And if you have got any questions, just pop them in the comments below and I will make sure to get those answers to you. All right, have a great night. Catch you later.